Hello everyone, and let's talk about something too few people realize, that Trump's deregulation of generative AI will further accelerate this trend. Now, you've heard so much about generative AI, you've heard so much hype, you've heard a lot of people talking about, oh, generative AI this, generative AI that. Maybe you're worried that generative AI will not be proceeding quickly or that it's overhyped, but I'm here to tell you that it's not really overhyped. It's actually very, very impactful. I've worked with a number of companies that have integrated generative AI and have gotten a lot of effectiveness. In fact, McKinsey did a recent study showing that generative AI improves productivity by up to 45% in some areas, like customer service. And I can tell you that working with other companies, I've seen it do the same sort of improvements in areas like communication and marketing and even finance and HR. Programming, of course, is a whole different field where it greatly increases productivity. And so what you need to realize is that Trump, the new administration, its deregulation will further accelerate generative AI. A number of companies have been worried about investing into generative AI effectively because of regulations around generative AI. And so they haven't been really investing that much money into integrating it, into developing it. They've been waiting, they've been seeing the Biden administration had a generative AI safety order. There's been a lot of uncertainty around the regulatory environment. Trump is coming in. He's promised to deregulate generative AI, and that will mean a great deal more investment into generative AI technology by generative AI company developers, whether companies like Microsoft or Google or Meta or OpenAI, as well as companies that are adapting generative AI technology. And so here is what you need to realize, that competitors, you might not be a generative AI company, but you need to adopt it because your competitors are doing so. Generative AI companies, adopters, will be the ones that dominate their industries, especially due to the rapid scaling up of generative AI that Trump's deregulations will enable. Customer expectations will increasingly demand AI-powered solutions. I was working with a law firm that was not sure about generative AI, and I pointed out that another number of other law firms I worked with, they adopted generative AI and customers are demanding it. And that law firm, in fact, was thinking about generative AI because customers were demanding it. So customers are going to demand generative AI. They're going to ask, like, why are you not using generative AI? Same thing for accounting firms. Same thing for all sorts of firms that provide professional services where customers will ask for low rates. I mean, I was working with a financial management firm for the same thing. Customers are asking for lower rates because they presume that you should be using generative AI to decrease the cost of providing the service. So the inaction will result in essentially higher costs than your competitors, reduced customer satisfaction, and lower market relevance. I want to highlight, generative AI is not simply more efficient, meaning getting the same amount of stuff done with less resources, but it's also more effective. You can use the same resources to get more things done, like mining customer data, predicting trends, customizing your service offerings, your communication to them. That's what you want to be thinking about. So how do you want to approach this? First, audit your operations to identify opportunities for automation. Invest in generative AI training to build your expertise as part of doing so. Collaborate with startups in generative AI, with consultants for insights on how to integrate generative AI effectively in your context, and implement transparent and ethical use of generative AI to build trust. Remember to be ethical and manage risks. That is key. Ensure transparency, fairness, and privacy, data privacy in generative AI applications, because mishandling ethics and risk management can lead to reputational damage and loss of customers. So, the message I want to leave you with is that the deregulation accompanying the Trump administration is an inflection point for organizations. Early adopters will reap the benefits of efficiency, customer engagement, and growth. And leaders must act decisively right now to stay competitive in our increasingly speeding up generative AI future. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Wise Decision Maker Show. Please make sure to subscribe wherever you check out the show and leave a review. It helps others discover the show, and it helps us improve the show. And if you have any questions, email me at gleb, Gleb, at disasteravoidanceexperts.com.